Ba-ba-da-bum! Hear ye, hear ye! Gather now, I have a true tale to tell. Once upon a time, little baby Neve was born into the O'Brien family. But after a few years, her parents noticed something unusual. Unlike other toddlers her age, Neve didn't seem to startle at any noise, nor did she babble. She was later diagnosed with severe sensorineural hearing loss and was then referred to the National Cochlear Implant Program, where I carried out my research. Now, a cochlear implant, or CI for short, is a two-piece electronical device. The outer component collects sound from the outside world, whereas the inner component consists of 22 electrodes, which directly stimulates the cochlear nerve, or hearing nerve, sending signals to the brain. Now, during CI surgery, the surgeon would incise the skin at the back of the ear, drill through the skull to insert the inner component. I remember as I stood there watching for the first time, the smell of burnt skin mixed with bone and blood was so overwhelming, I almost fainted. Now, after the surgery, Neve would then go for sessions of speech and language therapy, in which her functional outcomes are measured. That is, how well she can listen and can speak. 7 years later, Neve's little sister, Roisin, was born. She too had hearing loss. But unlike Neve, Roisin's diagnosis was much earlier, because earlier that year in 2011, the HSE implemented the Universal Newborn Hearing Screening in Ireland. Through that, all newborns are screened for hearing loss in the first few days of life. Now, when we compared the functional outcomes of both their sisters, we found that Roisin, the younger sister, had much better outcomes. And this is due to brain plasticity. Now, the word plastic means malleable or to mold. And to illustrate this, I'm going to use some waffles. If you've ever tried making waffles yourself, you know that the first step is to pour batter into the mold. But sometimes you don't pour enough. But you then realize that there's that golden few seconds when the batter is still hot, and you can pour more batter to complete that mold, making perfect and scrumptious, delicious waffle. And likewise in a child's brain, there is a critical period in which a child's brain can develop. That means, ladies and gentlemen, that the earlier the cochlear nerve is stimulated, the earlier the brain completes those signals, and therefore a better chance it has to grow, to mold, and to develop, translating to better developmental and language outcomes. And that, my friends, is the story of a happy new year. Thank you.